my screen. Her smile, it shines so bright. She's a queen with every scene. In the morning or the night, recipes and good vibes flow. Every video a gem. Her confidence, it grows and grows. We're inspired like her friends. Unstoppable Flora, she's got that power, spreading her aura, blossoming like a flower. Through the highs and all the lows, she remains so strong. Her spirit always glows. She's where we all belong. With every like and every share, we feel her energy. No storm too strong she can't bear. She's setting us all free. Unstoppable Flora, she's got that power, spreading her aura, blossoming like a flower. Recipes and good vibes flow. Every video a gem. Her confidence, it grows and grows. We're inspired like her friends. Unstoppable Flora, she's got that power, spreading her aura, blossoming like a flower. Through the highs and all the lows, she remains so strong. Her spirit always glows. She's where we all belong. With every like and every share, we feel her energy. No storm too strong she can't bear. She's setting us all free. Unstoppable Flora, she's got that power, spreading her aura, blossoming like a flower. Through the highs and all the lows, she remains so strong. Her spirit always glows. She's where we all belong.
Battles got power, Florabella stands tall. Every drip, every drop, watch the haters fall. Channel sharp as thorns, ain't taking no mess. Scroll through her feed, feel that queen's finesse. Vines tangle tight, but Flora breaks free. Roots so deep, can't mess with her tree. From the mud she rises, roses from the dirt. Every comment section she lays down hurt. Flora's anthem, blooming under pressure. Resilient, resolving, no lesser. Florabella's reign strong and relentless. Beauty in battle, queen sure defenseless. From the garden green to the concrete wall, Florabella, unstoppable nature's child. Leaves whisper secrets, she's the loudest shout. From the channel buzzing, she never backs out. Seed of strength, through seasons she grows. In the face of doubt, her spirit glows. Cameras ain't a limit, she branches out. Thorns in her crown, she wears it no doubt. Flora's anthem, blooming under pressure. Resilient, resolving, no lesser. Florabella's reign strong and relentless. Beauty in battle, queen sure defenseless. Flora's anthem, blooming under pressure. Resilient, resolving, no lesser. Florabella's reign strong and relentless. Beauty in battle, queen sure defenseless.
Hello, what is up, beautiful people? What is going on? Hold on, y'all. Hold on. We got a little bit too much light going right now. There's a beautiful natural glow coming in. So I'm just going to turn the light off so I don't look pasty like I've been all winter, not getting no color. All right, let's look a little bit more normal. So anyways, y'all, actually, I think that made it worse. Is it worse, guys? Do I have like a a ghost tinge a little bit. I really don't like it, but unfortunately, this is what the winter does to me. So I think we're going to flood with light so that we can avoid the abuse that I've received from the winter. Okay, yes. Okay, there we go. Now we're looking nice and color appropriate, not ghostly, not thirsty for vitamin D or nothing like that. And I hope you guys are doing really good. You know, I really have missed you all. I've missed y'all. How y'all been doing? How y'all been doing? Let me say hello to everybody. Hey Louie, what's going on? I see you got a lot going on, my friend. I pray for you. I hope things get better. Okay. Hey young Riaz, how you doing? Louis says good afternoon. We have Joanne in the chat. Thank you guys so much for joining me. It's been forever. It's been forever since I've gone live. And so I've come back to do what we need to do. Okay. We need to get into this body cam. We need to get into these elected officials, right? These people that y'all pay with your taxes. You pay their salary, right? These are the people who essentially we're expecting that they're living the most honorable lives. Now, the reality of it is that's not what's happening. But at the end of the day, we're going to hope so, at least. But that's really, really not what's happening. So we're going to watch some body cam today. The first one is from my city. I'm very embarrassed. I'm embarrassed. Let me say it just like a Rhode Island. I'm embarrassed. Okay, for the mayor, a Rhode Island mayor, to be caught slipping on body cam. So you know what that means? That means that the FOIA requests over here are probably not difficult. But this was a Rhode Island mayor, or councilman, I should say, who was caught smoking crack. Okay, caught red-handed. So I'm going to show this video to you guys, and you guys just let me know your thoughts in the chat. The video is kind of short, I'm assuming, because it's Rhode Island. You know, they didn't film the whole interaction likely. So let me play the video, and you guys let me know your thoughts in the chat, all right?
Check you out, man. I can't let you go. You were literally choking in your sleep. Somebody flagged me down about it.
Oh, I have sleep apnea. I'm sorry.
Well, and then you have a crack pipe in your hands.
A city councilman in Cranston, Rhode Island, faces a drug charge after a police officer finds him sleeping in his car with a crack pipe in his hand. Thanks for joining us here on Law and...
Right. So let me tell you, this is not what I had on my bingo card, right? To find a Rhode Island mayor caught slipping in his vehicle with a crack pipe. A crack pipe. How embarrassing is that? How embarrassing is it for my city to finally trend, and it's because it's a freaking crackhead councilman. So let's continue with this story, all right?
In crime, I'm Anjanette Levy. That Cranston police officer's body camera recorded the interaction he had with Councilman Matthew Riley earlier this week. Take a look. You can see Riley sleeping, his mouth wide open as the officer approaches. Riley has a lighter and a pipe in his hand. The officer rouses him from his sleep.
Do you have any weapons on you?
No, not at all.
Sorry.
112. Yeah.
All right.
Road's open. Prospect.
You're going to stop trying not to...
Rotate on.
3 reasons Faye makes working with the nutritionist easy and affordable. Number 1, Faye works with over 700.
Oh, no way, dude. Really?
Yes, yes.
Sorry, y'all. I did not pay the YouTube bill. I'm going to, but I didn't do it yet. So, anyways, let's continue.
I was just on my way back from court.
Bro. Well, a rescue's going to come check you out, man. I can't let you go. You were literally choking in your sleep. Somebody flagged me down about it.
Oh, I have sleep apnea. I'm sorry.
Well, and then you have a crack pipe in your hands, so it's like...
Please, sir.
Listen, I have a body camera. Obviously, everything I have is recorded. You know that, and what I've observed is on camera, so I can't pretend I didn't. You know, so a rescue's going to come here, and they're going to check you out.
So you guys just heard exactly why Rhode Island has all the fucking problems that it does. Sorry, I'm speaking politically against Rhode Island. That's what he literally said. I have it on camera. I can't pretend that I didn't see this. It's too late. You've been recorded. That's essentially what the officer is saying. And that's pretty much how things go around Rhode Island's parts. Okay, we're one of the 13 original colonies. But lots of corruption over here. All right, let's continue.
You know, as far as I know, there's no drugs anywhere, so I can't, you know, so there's not a criminal investigation. There's more a health or well-being check type thing.
Thank you.
Yeah, I obviously have to document it, you know. You can have that back.
Thank you. So will be no arrest.
What?
I just want to say this. Shout out to, what was it? What year was it? Like 2012, I think they said. Shout out to Obama, right, for signing that executive order for body cameras, right? Because basically this cop is saying, I can't even help you, right? You're on camera, sir. Sir, we have my body cameras on. I couldn't look the other way in this instance. And that, to me, that tells me that this is not the first time that, you know, an elected official has been caught in an inconspicuous position. This is probably more so the time where, you know, body camera finally at the Cranston Police Department. Shame on y'all. But there's finally body cam at the Cranston Police Department, and they have to. They don't have a choice. They have to document this stop. He has to record everything. And the problem is he came up on the vehicle with him with the crack pipe and the lighter. So he's like, I can't say that I didn't see what I saw. I saw you with a crack pipe and a lighter. So anyways, let's continue. And really, who's really watching, right, is Big Brother, right? The all-seeing eye, the government, whatever you want to call it. Essentially, those are public property, though. Anybody can watch and request body cam videos. So let's continue.
No arrest?
No. Are there any drugs in the car or anything like that?
No, nothing.
All right.
The officer questions Riley about his drug use. He's forthcoming and discusses struggling with addiction.
How long have you had this problem, man?
It was a relapse. I've been clean for 13 years.
All right.
Just went through a really, really bad divorce recently.
Okay.
No, I'm actually trying to light a candle. I've been, you know, but it's so deep in there, and I had my like actual lighter for these candles, but I can't find it. So, what's going on right now? I can't get my candles on. But no, I'm not smoking. This is a paper. Hey, Lana Love, how you doing today? What is going on, boo? Yes, this is the councilman from my state. I'm very embarrassed. He was caught inconspicuously with a crack pipe when the police came upon him. Now, since this video is pretty short, and I want to make sure that you all, as you come in, are getting to see this case, I'm going to start it over again, right? Just pay attention to what the officer sees as soon as he pulls up.
Well, a rescue's going to come check you out, man. I can't let you go. You were literally choking in your sleep. Somebody flagged me down about it.
Oh, I have sleep apnea. I'm sorry.
Well, and then you have a crack pipe in your hands.
A city councilman in Cranston, Rhode Island faces a drug charge after a police officer finds him sleeping in his car with a crack pipe in his hand. Thanks for joining us here on Law and Crime. I'm Anjanette Levy. That Cranston police officer's body camera recorded the interaction he had with Councilman Matthew Riley earlier this week. Take a look. You can see Riley sleeping, his mouth wide open as the officer approaches. Riley has a lighter and a pipe in his hand. The officer rouses him from his sleep.
Do you have any weapons on you?
No, not at all.
Yes.
All right.
Road's open, files are
You
taken
gotta
care of.
stop. Try not to.
Routine on.
Oh, no way, dude. Really?
Yes. I was just on my way back from court.
Bro. Well, a rescue's going to come check you out, man. I can't let you.
And it's kind of sad, right? Because he just came from court. So right after court, what you do is go light up a crack pipe. And why wouldn't I believe that you do that before court too? Like, honestly, I think he should not be a councilman anymore. I don't know if this affected that. This was a year ago, and the way Rhode Island is, they sweep things under the rug when it's embarrassing. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's still able to operate. It looks like this is from 2020. And I think Matthew Riley is still a councilman. So, I mean, I think it's kind of embarrassing because they're supposed to be living a higher standard, right? In order for you to represent your district or the American people, being a crack user is just, I don't think that's on the bingo cards of a councilman. So anyways, let's continue.
You were literally choking in your sleep. Somebody flagged me down about it.
Oh, I have sleep apnea. I'm sorry.
Well, and then you have a crack pipe in your hand, so it's like...
Please, sorry.
Listen, I have a body camera. Obviously, everything I have is recorded. You know that. And what I've observed is on camera, so I can't pretend I didn't. You know, so a rescue's going to come here. And they're going to check you out. You know, as far as I know, there's no drugs anywhere, so I can't, you know, so there's not a criminal investigation. There's more a health or well-being check type thing.
Thank you.
But, yeah, I obviously have to document it, you know. You can have that back.
Thank you. So will we no arrest?
What?
There will be no arrest?
No. Are there any drugs in the car or anything like that?
No, nothing.
All right.
Oh, come on.
Are you?
So we're supposed to just believe, I'm gonna mute it and let the commercial play. But so we're supposed to just believe that all the crack that he bought for this little rendezvous is done and there's no drugs in the car? I don't think an average citizen will be able to get away with being caught smoking a crack pipe in their car and people calling the police because they're choking in their sleep. I mean, sleep apnea or not, that's very, that's a public health issue, I would say, right? Because in that state, for you to get up and then just start driving, I don't know. Anyways, let's continue.
About his drug use. He's forthcoming and discusses struggling with addiction.
How long have you had this problem, man?
It was a relapse. I've been clean for 13 years.
All right.
Oh, man. Damn, imagine the worst day of your life in the last 15 years. Because he's saying he relapsed. I don't believe him. But let's say, imagine your worst day in the last 15 years. You actually, that's the one time you get, caught by the police. I don't believe him. I think he's probably been microdosing in order to hide his addiction. I believe that, right? From what I know about addiction, I think he's probably microdosing and hiding the fact that he's doing crack. Because if you just came from court and you're doing crack and you're sleeping and you wake up like nothing, I don't know. There's a little bit more going on with you than just a momentary relapse in over a decade. So let's continue.
I went through a really, really bad divorce recently.
Okay. Do you know if any of that was laced with fentanyl or anything? Because you were out, and looked like you were choking.
Really?
Yeah. That's why someone literally sprinted and flagged me down because they thought you were having a heart attack choke.
No, not that I know of.
EMTs arrived to check out Riley as the police officers search his vehicle, which is littered with trash and junk. The officer found a chore boy scouring pad in the glove box. Chore boy is made of copper and metal. Drug users sometimes use a chore boy to make a crack pipe.
You got a test kit?
Yeah.
So it's over here.
A second officer arrives. They approach the vehicle to test suspected drugs found in the car.
What's wrong with this guy? Your whole life. Mm-hmm. Down the drain for what?
So you don't know him at all? You guys don't know?
No, I've never met him in my life. We'll probably dig out just a smaller little rock so we don't have to break anything.
If we get a little bit with the
powder?
yeah. I'll do it. I'll do it. Forget it.
Shout out to the Cranston police for finding his little crack stash. Wow, that's crazy. Sorry, y'all got me over here about to set fire to my bedroom because I want to light this freaking candle. Wow, that is crazy. Sorry, y'all. Y'all about to see me set my house on fire because I'm trying to light a candle. Sorry, I have to smother this. But shout out to the Cranston police, all right, for finding his little crack stash. And it's true. The fact that you are willing to throw your whole life down the drain to hit a pipe in between court or whatever. I don't know what time of day this is. It looks like, oh wow, is that 11:56 a.m.? Oh my. Google. Okay, I'm not gonna read that. Garrett Lamb. Young Rhea says he's doing good. I'm glad to hear that. Oh, I seen this. Yeah, fun guy. This is the mayor, not the mayor. This is the councilman in my city. So yeah, or in my town, not town, my state, I would say. I'm from RI. He was caught literally laying down there. So my state finally made it to these body cams online, or to law and crime in general. But yeah, very embarrassing. Anyways, let's continue. They just found his little stash of Crizac. All right, and we're gonna continue.
Yeah, it's kind of awkward. Be careful, because he was on the nod, or like it seemed like
sure,
anyways.
Mixed with something else, but.
Check this out. I'm going to show you how I afforded this car. Okay, you ready? All right, 100.
So yeah, it is kind of sad that this mayor was willing to, just try and get a little high off or whatever, and put his whole career and everything in general. So let's see what else the cops are going to find. Again, this is Cranston Police. Guys, this is as close as it comes to me in real life. Right, Rhode Island, very embarrassing. Right, I thought this was very Florida behavior, but this is we do this right in Rhode Island too.
Do you need this knife?
Yeah, we'll use that.
Be careful with that stuff. I don't know if that's fentanyl laced or not. There's white all over there. He doesn't know.
Yeah, I was just telling him the same thing, because I mean, you don't fall asleep usually from completely, it's not an opiate.
Yeah.
He
Claims he was tired and he may have sleep apnea, but I don't think that's gonna.
Especially like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, only climb a lot too. It's like you stick out like a sore thumb.
Well,
right away.
Fentanyl.
Coke.
Yeah.
Crack. Pop for crack. I can test it for fentanyl too.
Test at the boat just to make sure that.
Sorry, y'all. I love how they come in like, oh, fentanyl, because they just know, Woonsocket, which is probably 20 minutes away from this area, was at one point known as the, like, unfortunately, I think this was the heroin capital of the country. Don't quote me 100%. That was like, when did I graduate? That was like 2016. In my forensics class, Woonsocket was the heroin capital of the United States. So yeah, everything is laced now. Yeah, I just read a story, so tragic. Young boy, I think he was 15. He took a pill of whatever he thought it was and died. The friends that he was with, they didn't report that he was looking and feeling the way he did for over an hour. So most of he had organ failure by the time he was taken to a hospital and treated. So just, very, very unfortunate situation. He had one pill. He didn't even take a bunch of stuff. One individual pill deleted him because it was pure fentanyl. So, very, very, very unfortunate. I'm going to go ahead and put you in timeout, Garrett. Okay, you can stay here. Just you have to behave when you're in here. So, anyways, very embarrassing. Councilman caught red-handed with crack. Let's see how this is gonna end, because he said he didn't have nothing in the car, and the cop was even willing to tell him, like, "Hey, if you don't have anything in your car, we don't have to do a criminal investigation." But of course, the mayor did not finish all the crack. Okay, there's still crack there, and they found his little stash, and now they have to arrest him. So thank you all of you guys who are coming in right now. Do me a favor, hit the like button for me. I would greatly appreciate that. Hey Hassan, how's it going? We got Marcus. He said so sad. I mean, it's definitely sad, but I just feel like as a councilman, like, why are you even behaving this way? The fact that he went to court, smoked some crack, and then the police woke him up and he was like looking like he was fine. It's giving that he does that, and I'm more worried for the fact that he is not receiving treatment for addiction, than anything else. So, anyways, let's continue.
I don't know what we're dealing with.
Wait, can you just snap a picture of that?
Especially when we put him in a cell.
The sergeant on scene tells the officers to charge Riley. Then they look at a white powder on his driver's seat.
He wants to have his mother come get the car, but I'm not gonna. I wouldn't have. No, not getting there, touching all that. All that white powder, that's a piece of crack. Yeah, that's definitely crack.
Yeah, most likely.
Yeah, you can smell it, and he's burning up.
He has a bunch of toy boy. And
Should we have it towed?
looks like he's like half living out of his car. There's like
private property.
toiletries.
We're good. We're on private property. And this guy.
Yeah, look at this. He's got a problem.
I'll do all the evidence stuff.
Thank you. All right, so is he rescue good with him?
Yeah, they're just finishing up right now.
He's got the bro and everything over there.
Yep.
You see it?
Yeah, it's on. It's all.
They're finishing up right now.
That was in his glove compartment.
The first officer on scene also removed a crack pipe from Riley's vehicle. Riley appears to be okay after leaving EMTs and talking to the officer.
Yeah, I know. It's not like I have an option here, man. Sorry.
No, you got anything on you? No.
I got gloves on. All right.
There's stuff all over that car. When your mother gets in that car, I bet she sits in that and touches her face so the mouth goes down.
I had no idea.
So,
No, I mean the
yeah, you don't own the body.
They found you with a damn crack pipe in your hand. I have no idea, dude. I'm just happy it's not fentanyl because, again, if they would touch that, and that's why the officers are so like, oh, I'm not touching that. Because if they would touch that, they can get an OD. They can suddenly start feeling the effects. Fungi says, yeah, it's honestly scary. It's not like before. All this stuff seems laced now. They found it in Molly and Adderall. Exactly. Like, imagine being that person's, parent. Your child one time takes falls for peer pressure and ends up being, passing away. That's not how it used to be. I'm pretty sure all these little kids who their parents be super strict, they can tell you a time, oh yeah, I did this. My parents didn't know I did that. And it's not like they were worried about ending up deleted. Today, it's very common that people are getting these poisonous doses. And also because fentanyl and things like that are easy, they're a little bit easier to access, because it's so pure and, not self-deletion, but deletion-y, right? It can delete you very quickly, right? That's why they like it, because they think it's a quick high, or the drug dealers think it's a quick high, but it's deleting people, right? It's too quick. Yeah, some people might survive, but there's a lot of people who will and have passed away due to it. So anyways, let's continue. There's only a couple of minutes left in this one, and then we're going to move on to the next case.
Did you buy that today? Yesterday. And you don't, is the same guy you usually buy it from?
I don't really usually buy it off anybody.
They're not all honest people.
No, I mean.
Once or twice.
Yeah, but whoever you buy it from, if you continuously buy it from them, you know who you're buying it from. You don't know what people are putting in it.
No, I understand.
They may have made that, but that's a big rock you got in there. What's that, a $50 piece?
100.
100?
Yeah, so I just got back into this.
This is terrible situation. We're all in a tough spot, but we gotta do right by the numbers. It'll help you in the end. Believe me when I tell you. And you'll say to us a month from now, good, best thing that ever happened. That's what they all tell us. You can't go down this road anymore.
No.
God forbid we find you dead. That's terrible. You know what I mean? You were down in the car.
No, I have an appointment set up for the 17th to go get help.
Yeah. You gotta get on a program right away.
No. And that's what I was really alluding to, Funky, is it is a lot cheaper, right? It's so much cheaper to cut with fentanyl than it is something else, especially because they think it has this powerful effect. But if it's deleting all their customers, I don't think they get that. Ragan says, is crack even still around? I mean, dang, thought that ish was gone long ago. Trust me, girl, there are still customers for that Crizac. This, Councilman was definitely one of them, but crack is still alive and well. But because of the cheapness of all of these more deadly drugs, it's easier to, like, they're more focused on fentanyl because they truly think, oh, I can find a perfect dose that gets the people high and they keep coming back. That's what they think about these strong things. But what they're not getting is all these people are just passing. A lot of people are passing away via OD because of fentanyl and the strength that it has. And these dealers obviously don't care about anything besides making a buck. So, yep, crack is still around. And this councilman said, listen, I don't need no fentanyl. I need pure crack cocaine, right? Cook it up in a pan. That's what I need. And, that's what he had. But other things, there's definitely more deadly drugs out there as well. So let's continue.
I mean, I look at you. You're not the Matt Riley that we know. Trust me. And listen. Your health and your well-being is worth way more than any political career.
Riley then expresses his concern about the media finding out about his arrest.
I want to buy your house. I can pay you cash for your house.
So that's just a commercial, y'all. Like I said, I didn't pay the YouTube bill. Don't judge me.
We don't report nothing to the media unless someone tells them. So, and then arrest records are public records. I'm not gonna...
Arrest and body cam. Tell these councilmen, arrest and body cam is public record. So if you get caught slipping doing crack, just know I'm going to be doing FOIA requests in the state of Rhode Island. Okay? So don't get caught slipping, councilmen, councilwomen, all of y'all. Hopefully you guys are getting this. I'm about to hashtag Rhode Island this so y'all can understand. If you are caught slipping as an elected official in Rhode Island, I will find you. And I will delete you. No, I'm just kidding. I will find you and I will put you on blast on YouTube. But anyways, no, I'm kidding. That sounds like a threat, so I'll stop. But let's continue.
I like it. But there's not much we can do on this. If I was in your situation, I'd be in handcuffs.
No, I'm not saying. I'm not saying don't rest.
Yeah.
In terms of
okay, tell him, officer. If I was in your position, I would be in handcuffs. Yes, because the people are being held to a higher standard than these elected officials, and this is proof, right? The fact that he thinks he can mosey his way out of this is proof. They think they're above the law. So we got to go to work sober, clean, prepared to work. But he can go to court and then go get high in between on some crack and then go back to work and be handling the affairs of our state, our great nation. It's something that we have to pay a little bit more attention to. And again, I think those elected officials who put in place body cameras so we can have more transparency of what is going on in our state. Yes, we want to know what the police are doing, right? But we need transparency in general. What are our elected officials doing, right? Why is this councilman smoking crack on the clock?
Kids, as much.
Yeah, no, listen, we are only required to release what we release, and we have to release an arrest record by law, All right, jump in before you. We just want to make sure we got to monitor you because you've taken
So I'm going to pat you down again, all right?
You've taken in some fentanyl, Matt, and that's we've got to make sure you may not feel it right now, but God forbid something happens to you.
Yeah, no, I've never done that.
I feel terrible about that, I mean, you're not going to be there all day. You'll be in and out.
I'm going to keep your wallet with me. I have your phone already. You want me to throw this stuff in the car real quick?
Sure.
All right. Just step on in here. I'll bucket you up. Oh, wait.
Matt, who's going to come get that car
This is
out?
a full cage.
What's up? Getting you to say, who's going to come get this car out?
I would.
Huh? I would. All right. Listen, you got to clean this car out.
It's supposed to be going back in tomorrow.
Oh.
My car's getting fixed.
Oh, this isn't even your car?
No, it's a loan
All right.
car.
Yeah. Right. I mean, there's all shit on the seat.
Not getting high in the rental. Come on, councilman. What's going on? Let's continue.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't joking. I have an appointment on the 17th.
All right. I'll crack a window for you in a second.
Matthew Riley faces a drug possession charge. He's resigned from his position as chairman of Cranston's Republican Party, and he's in rehab. The mayor of the city has urged him to step down.
Wow, not Republican. Oh, not our conservative party being a crackhead. Anyways, let's I'm going to go on to the next video. Shout out to Law and Crime for that one. Now, I saw Fungi mentioned this in the chat. He said, did you see the one of the police officer actually ODing on fentanyl? All right, I did see that one, and I included that one in this stream actually only because of how crazy it is, right? We're talking like an actual police officer who is on the clock, take some fentanyl from whatever. I think maybe it was even a bust. Like they picked up some fentanyl. He takes it and smokes it, and look what happens to him. I mean, just very crazy. So if you guys can do me a favor, hit the like button for me. I'm going to continue the video.
October 20.
Okay, sorry, I'm going to start it. Oh, okay, it was at the beginning. But yeah, so this is the video of the police officer who's caught in that situation. Lana Love says, a Republican, it can't be. Yeah, they act like all the crack is the liberals. The snowflakes are all the ones who do the crack. You know, and that, you know, the funny thing is I don't identify as Republican or Democrat. But they like to act like the real true crackheads are liberals. But this was a Republican councilman, and he was on crack. He thought it was meth. I think it was laced. It probably was. The fact that he was, knocked out like that, there was some element in it that was just too strong. So anyways, let's play this one here about the cop at the police station.
On the evening of October 24th, 2023, Sacramento County Sheriff's Deputy Marvin Morales entered the restroom at the Central Division office on the 700 block of 65th Street in Sacramento, California. Now, before you go thinking, what's the issue here? Surely he's just gone to take a leak. Well, let me just stop you for a moment. You see, to put it bluntly, Deputy Morales had an issue with meth. And believe it or not, he was going to the bathroom to smoke that. Yes, in the sheriff's office. But the thing was, this latest batch of meth was laced with fentanyl.
I know it's a little silent, but I guess the audio is coming in 20 seconds, y'all. 20 seconds, okay? So just be patient, and you guys can see what's going on over here. All right, look. It's just so crazy. Oh, I'm going to stop sharing because that is going to get me in trouble. Sorry, guys. That one is very, very, that's just so sad, to see him like that. But it's crazy. They immediately went to the vehicle and got the Narcan. There wasn't a lot of time. So I'm going to fast forward through this because his lips are getting blue and I don't want to get in trouble for showing this. But I'm going to bring you guys here now. Yeah, I think he forgot the camera was on his person for sure. And what I just saw, because y'all couldn't see that or my channel would be gone. I don't know how this is legally on YouTube still, 1.3 million views 4 days ago. I don't think this video could be monetized, his video, because it's crazy. Like you see the blue lips, everything. It looks very tragic. So I couldn't play that, but I'm going to play it starting from here because as you guys saw immediately when they heard whatever happened, they went and just got the Narcan. So that should tell you something about this young man in the environment. But let's continue.
Ralph! Leave that door open so it airs out. Because I don't know what else is in there. Leave that door open for fire. Put a trash can out there.
Ross. Wake up, bud.
Come on. I got a second one if you need it.
Listen, I totally get it that it's on a lot of pages, but I'm not a lot of pages, right? Every time that I show anything that's even remotely egregious, and not even stuff like people will just be getting dragged on the floor, I have gotten hit with demonetization. This one, his face was blue. He was clearly OD'd. That's not something I can play on my channel. So, and I think a lot of these channels, they don't really care at some point in terms of playing certain content because regardless, they're going to benefit. But yeah, no, I can't do that. I'm sorry. His lips are blue. I mean, he literally, it looked like I know he survived this, but he didn't look well.
I hit him one already on his left nostril.
Give another one.
That's when he came to. That's when he came to when I pulse. How's it going? Pulse? Still not breathing?
Not breathing. You got pulse.
Fuck.
There you go.
Whose car is this? That's his car. That's my car. I came to use the restroom. I thought he was in there taking a poop, and as soon as I opened the door, he's leaning against the corner. So I ran back and got my Norcan. I'm gonna move my car out of the way, at least. Yeah. No, wait, no.
You got 3 doses of blood already. All right.
Put that on. Get down there. Those doors lock them open. Yeah, that's right. All overdose right now. Probably he's down.
Yeah, he's got fire. There you go.
There we go. There we go.
Come on, buddy. There you go. Wake up, bud. There you go. Wake up.
Come on, Mark. Come on.
Wake up, bud.
Come on. Come on, man.
Wake up, Ross. Wake up, Ross. Wake up. There you go. There you go.
Hey, you want to roll in the recovery roll?
What's up?
I'm going to start rolling into the recovery roll. Just all the mucus and shit from the.
We'll keep him like this because he's breathing. He's got a pulse.
Come on, Mark.
Come on, breathing.
Come on, bud.
Come on, Marvin.
Mark. Come on, bud.
Yeah, starting to rub, not going to help him. One more. 4th dose.
He was leaning against. I ran out to the car and got a Norcan. Came back. I gave him the first dose. And then someone else came and dragged him out of there. Good.
Come on, Marvin. Snap out of it. Snap out of it. Snap out of it.
And I'm just gonna I'm gonna remove this from screen for a second. I don't know if you guys can tell, the color from his skin is going away, right? He was probably really close to being deceased. Okay, he's blue. His skin was like blue. His eyes are wide open, so he's staring up like this, but there was like almost nothing left that you can see in his eyes. It was just very, very tragic, how bad the crisis is right now with addiction and things like that. Once they get him awake with the Narcan, from what I'm seeing, the ambulance comes and takes him out, and his eyes start rolling back. So I think if he would have passed, let me just make sure YouTube hasn't already started spanking me in the butt. But if he would have passed at that moment, his eyes would have stayed like that. But because he didn't pass, they started rolling back in his eyes. So anyways, just a really, really tragic situation here. I'm going to put up for the rest of it so we can keep watching. But yeah, it's crazy, that we really, and this is why I tell people to stop being arrogant, especially like people who hinge everything that they believe and think off of like a political party. They need to get real, right? Get a grip. People from all sides, police officers, doctors, lawyers, teachers, all types of people are affected by addiction, right? And specifically those who are meant to serve us, they fall victim to the same things. So when you see these politicians and these people getting up there and getting on their soapbox and talking about how, oh, drugs this and people don't deserve and we need to be harder and harsher on addiction. Hey, there are people all over, top and bottom and top of society, who are suffering from addiction. A lot of them quietly. I don't think this was quiet. I think everyone in this police department knew that he did drugs. I just think they didn't know how to help him. And so that's why he was still a police officer and not in a rehab. Because if his addiction is so bad that he would take evidence and just smoke it, not knowing its origins at all, or even a fake origin, not literally just taking a drug from a random person, he has to have been suffering from this for much longer than this night. So, for me, I think these people definitely knew what he was going through, almost immediately when they saw him on the ground. They didn't think he was shot. They didn't think he was hurt. They knew that it was an overdose because he went and he got the Narcan. So, and that was something people mentioned in the comments as well about this video. It came out a couple of days ago, or at least I saw it a couple of days ago. Very, very shocking footage. So I'm going to bring you guys back to it. We're here now that the ambulance is picking him up, and the other officers are going to talk about what went on here and how they reacted and why.
No, we found a meth pipe.
The glass pipe Deputy Morales used during the overdose incident had been confiscated from a member of a homeless camp while he was out on duty in August of 2023. The report about the interaction states that he disposed of the pipe. However, as we've just stated, that wasn't the case. I collected the glass pipe and secured it in my patrol vehicle. And due to the fragile state of the glass pipe,
I would say, Hassan, that I think he does need consequences for, abusing his role as a police officer. Because I do think an officer, whether it's addiction or not, the fact that he took evidence and used it for himself, there's a question about his credibility, his trustworthiness. Has he taken other things? Has he taken money, weapons? Has he planted things? All of that comes into question. So I do think he needs to serve some jail time for this. Sorry, y'all, this is my chair. That was not gas. I do think he needs to serve some jail time for this because, there are real life consequences here. You're on the clock. You're working for the people. And instead of being focused on your job, you are consumed by your addiction and you're not honest enough to go and deal with that instead of, put other people in danger, which I think anybody who's on drugs, you do put other people in danger, those around you, all of that. The dude he got it from looked like he was on fent. Yeah, exactly. That's tragic, honestly. That's really tragic that he would take something from, a homeless drug addict and smoke it himself. It's a little disturbing. So anyways, let's see a little bit more about this. It looks like maybe he tried to cover it up and there's some more going on. We're here for the drama, right?
Avoid breaking it. I took a photograph of it with my department-issued iPhone as I would be using this photograph as evidence. I later safely disposed of the glass pipe at the Central Area Station. Deputy Morales would later admit to internal affairs investigators that yes, he took the pipe home with him and didn't dispose of it, adding that he had smoked the leftover residue within the pipe on 3 or 4 occasions and had done this because it gave him energy to fill out reports. But according to investigators, they say that given the circumstances leading up to the overdose, which included Deputy Morales seizing meth from different homeless people within the county, he most definitely had an ongoing drug addiction that may have stretched back even before he joined the department. Scientific evidence would also back those claims because according to drugs tests on his hair, it showed that he was a chronic user, consistent with a person who used drugs throughout their entire life. In the hours before the overdose, Deputy Morales and another officer responded to a suspicious person call at the Shell gas station on Stockton Boulevard. When they arrived, they came face to face with said suspicious person, an Asian male. This hadn't been the first time the man had crossed paths with police. In fact, Deputy Morales had personally spoken with him many times in the past. On this occasion, the officers believed that the man had been under the influence, and when they saw foil hanging out of his pocket, it backed those claims further.
You're having a lot of fun out here, bro.
Yeah. You got new sunglasses.
Oh, yeah?
You must get a haircut.
Dude, I forgot your name, bro. What is it again?
Just go for it.
I just saw you last week over here, bro.
Yeah.
You was dancing at the same time, too, man.
Yeah.
You promised to be your best dancer.
Who?
You.
Yeah.
You promised to be your best dancer.
Yeah, definitely.
What's up? What's up?
I gotta go back to downtown and dance there. They're all waiting for me. The last time I went to the stadium was about to fall down.
You were about to pass out the other night, though, last week. You was on that Fetty.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Is that what that foil is right there in your pocket, or be real with it? Just be real. Just be real.
Yeah.
Yeah? Could be. Could be, is it? I think it is.
I'm not sure.
Yeah?
Not for now.
So you either hand it over or you're picking yourself and pick it up.
No, it's not illegal.
Not the one in your little drip pocket.
What?
Nah, you hit it.
Huh?
You hit it, bro. I'll give you the chance just to hand it over.
Oh. Do I have to?
It seems like he's on like ecstasy or something, because he's like, he can't stop shaking his body. Like, and I'm not like making fun of his addiction, but it's like crazy how these drugs will have people, but some people, this is not the effect, right? Everyone likes to make these jokes. Oh, look at the crackhead, got all this energy. Some people, that's not what's happening. Some people, they take one pill and they're knocked out. You never know which you're going to get. And it's funny, I didn't mean for this stream to be like a dare stream, but this is literally very tragic, that he probably could have passed away if they didn't have Narcan from, whatever he took that day. Because this guy took the part of it where he wasn't so sleep. He took that and he tipped over in the bathroom. Like, all right, let's continue.
So I hand it to you and then what?
Hand it over. Hand it over.
Can I get it back?
I'll put that star right there. Right there.
Okay.
You know how it goes, man. Empty your pockets.
I thought I'm good.
No, you ain't good, bro. You on that shit, bro. You almost passed out last week.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did, dude. You were about to Narcan you.
Nah, that wasn't me, sir.
That female deputy from last week?
I didn't go there.
You want me to do my job?
No. God. In general.
We're gonna go walk over here. What's your name?
I'm not here, chief of police.
Jail, unless you got warrants. So we're gonna find out who you are. We're gonna take that narcotics paraphernalia and think about your day. All right, so what's your name? What's your address? 24. What's your address? 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24. 24.
What, line up every station with the stand up? I think it's up to date. Huh? And I gotta make sure everything's up to date. Vouch it out. So come quick.
What is this? What exactly is this?
Pistol.
Pistol? Oh, you just been fixing the dragon, huh? Yeah. Okay.
You got time?
Hey, Dan, I'm gonna give you a citation for this, okay? After, bro. Otherwise, you're gonna be here to do some shit. Okay?
I wasn't doing some shit.
You was, bro. But last time I saw you tweaking on the grass back there.
Now that I think about it, why would he touch pure fentanyl with his hands? You know, because I noticed he took off the glove. Why would he take the glove off? I mean, this guy was he probably got so excited when he saw that. Again, I'm not trying to make fun of him. I'm trying to show you guys how addiction works. He probably got very, very excited when he saw that little dab left of it. But it's tragic, you know, it's tragic that he just picked some random dude's drugs up, and this is what happened to him.
Chasing that dragon, boy.
Ultimately, drugs were seized. The man was given a citation, and just hours later, Deputy Morales would overdose from them. In November of 2023, he was asked by Internal Affairs why he smoked the drugs at the station, and it was there he told them that he felt depressed and wanted to end things. Again, as you already know, Internal Affairs dispute those claims.
Yeah, you can send you over here. We're in room 23. It's left pen, carpet pocket.
You found them?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, okay.
The glove that what caused this film, that exposure, it has it was a foil that they pulled off of, like, from a call. And I think you can feel the foil in there. Yeah. I don't want to fucking open it up and get us all exposed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's crazy. Shit happens quick. So I'm always worried about, see, like, so many times I search people with no gloves.
Yeah.
Not even thinking, you know? And it's like, fuck, like,
all lucky.
Like that one cop in SoCal, he was exposed to it. They were just getting rid of some drugs that they found.
Yeah.
And he wasn't touching with no gloves, and boom, hit him. He fell out right there.
Right out, dude, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that fentanyl thing.
Yeah.
Like, supposedly if you ingest it, like...
It's transdermal.
Your skin will absorb, absorb it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't take much.
Who knows the concentration?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Like, the stuff they do in the hospitals is micrograms, right?
Yeah, it's mics.
Out here is in grams. So it's 1 gram is enough to, like, screw somebody up.
Yeah.
It's good. Fentanyl all the time.
Well,
like a...
Yeah.
Like no, I know exactly what you mean. Just like a tiny speck can kill you.
Yeah.
It's
like a minimal fraction of your pinky nail. Yeah. I know.
Yeah. Like I really am surprised it doesn't happen more often.
Yeah.
You know.
You guys are like, especially if you're finding somebody.
Yeah.
Alright, don't put that on me. Don't put that on me. Yeah. I'm just, I mean, it's one of those things, man. How many people we contact, how many drugs we find. I search people with my gloves all the time.
Yeah.
After the internal investigation, it was recommended that Deputy Morales needed to be fired on the grounds of dishonesty, and he was informed of that decision on January 4th, 2024. By early February, he instead resigned, and that decision was accepted by the sheriff's office.
The only thing I don't like about the resignation is that can't he go and work at another police department? That's the only thing I don't like. Like, I think he needs to focus on his addiction and healing and maybe not policing. You know, maybe he needs to find, and I hate to say this, maybe he needs to find something else to do for a little while. So, all right, let us watch the next one. The next one is excuse me, y'all, Cook County elected official. She was actually caught drunk and, you know, thought she was going to finesse her way out. So this is like a short little one, but I still wanted to play it because the amount of elected officials who get caught on these body cam is insane. You know, it's really crazy. Let me skip because y'all don't need to see these advertisements and share my screen really quick. And we'll move on to the next one. And this is Cook County, so I don't Chicago. Yep. So this was the not mayor. It just says elected officials, so I'm not sure. But let's get into it. Oh, no volume.
Arrest of an elected official. Well, we're learning new details tonight about the drunk driving arrest of an elected official from Cook County 2 weeks ago as the Chicago Police Department releases the police body cam video. It's clear the politician wasn't shy about letting officers know who she is.
How are you? How you doing? Are you all right? Do you need an ambulance or anything? Okay. Do you need an ambulance or anything? Let's walk to your car because I don't want you to get hit by a car.
The first responding officer found 45-year-old Board of Review Commissioner Samantha Steele outside her car in the middle of Ashland Avenue in Andersonville. There's extensive damage to the front of her car after hitting 2 other vehicles. Steele initially refused to cooperate.
I'm requesting your driver's license and your proof of insurance. I'm sure you can provide me with those 2 things while we're waiting for your attorney to show up.
I'll wait for him.
And that's when Steele referenced her political job.
Okay, ma'am. Do you want me to handcuff you and arrest you?
No.
Because right now, at this point, you're refusing to provide me any.
I am.
You are. You realize that, right?
Yes. I've been elected official.
You what?
I don't want any of this.
Well, ma'am, you're involved in an accident. You've hit several cars.
2.
After a second officer shows up, Steele drops her political clout again.
I'm going to help you to exit. And you don't want that.
You don't want that. I'm
do.
an elected official.
I actually do. Elected official of what?
Cook County.
Cook County. You elected which office? What's your name?
I'm Sam.
A short time later, an officer finds what police say is a half-empty bottle of wine in the front seat.
Are we drinking? No?
Wow. And when y'all see the outcome of this case, y'all are going to be like, wow. Okay? Because this lady is talking she's talking a big game, but is she a big time elected official?
Sam, don't answer any questions.
Of course, it was half-half.
I guess.
Because
Let's try to go there. She's supposed to be looked at. So.
Oh my God, you guys are.
I mean, it's illegal to drink and drive. So you're going to have open alcohol.
When Steele refuses to perform a field sobriety test, police take her into custody.
Are you going to do field sobriety test or no?
No.
Okay.
No.
Are you going to arrest you? Say no. I was waiting for that. I was waiting for that.
Wait, whoa.
Why do you have to arrest her?
Because she refused. I asked her to do field sobriety test and she refused. And she smelled like alcohol. She's been drinking.
Now, I don't really care what this news anchor is going to say. The fact that, I don't know if y'all seen this one, but I'm about to show you guys the outcome. How does she skate past this case when she had half a bottle of wine in the front seat of her car? Okay, we're going to look at, did this Cook County official actually face any accountability for this, or did she just fly under the radar? All right, let's watch the update on this case and whether or not this Cook County official is going to face consequences for her little ratchet behavior.
Official was in court today facing DUI charges.
Political reporter Paris Schutz was at the Daily Center for the proceedings today. He joins us live now with the latest. Paris?
Yeah, Sylvia and Tia, Cook County Board of Review Commissioner Samantha Steele faces DUI charges and a years-long suspension for her driver's license. That's what she was arguing in court today, for her driver's license back. She did not enter a plea on that DUI. Now, she was with her attorney, John Fotopoulos, for a nearly 5-hour hearing at the Daily Center today. She is arrested and charged with a DUI that happened in early November after allegedly hitting multiple cars. Police stopped her on North Ashland Avenue, where they say they found an open bottle of wine in the car. She refused a field sobriety test and told the officer she was an elected official. She was later taken to the hospital for minor injuries, and this incident was caught on police body cam video.
Okay, ma'am. Do you want me to handcuff you and arrest you?
No.
Because right now, at this point, you're refusing to provide me any...
I am.
You are. You realize that, right?
Yes. I'm an elected official.
You what?
I don't want any of this.
Well, ma'am, you're involved in an accident. You've hit several cars.
Two.
Now, that officer testified in this hearing today, and the judge ruled in favor of Steele because the officer filled out the paperwork wrong. So because of a technicality, Steele will get her license back, and she will be back in court in about a month as this DUI.
My bad, y'all. I was muted. My bad. That's embarrassing. I think Cook County should be embarrassed. Paperwork should not determine whether or not somebody had a DUI. If you were drunk and you refused a field sobriety, the same consequences should apply to everybody. I'm sure there have been times that paperwork was incorrect and people still served consequences. So I really don't understand how this woman is able to get her driver's license back after she smashed 2 cars. What kind of elected official is she? Sorry, you guys. I was muted, but it should be back. It should be back. Hold on. Okay, yeah, it should be back. Yeah. The volume is back now, guys. It was muted for a second, but I forgot that I have a delay. So it should have got, you guys should be hearing now. But, it's very tragic that we have to be regular people and suffer real consequences, but this lady gets to get off and get her driver's license. I mean, there's people who've gone 10 years without a driver's license because of something like this, and she gets to get off on a technicality. That judge should be investigated. I'm not saying he needs to be disbarred, but I definitely think it's a little questionable for him to let this slide, considering she injured other people or she hurt other people. She could have deleted other people. She's lucky it was just, damage to their vehicle. The error could have been so insignificant. What was the issue? They didn't even say. No, they said that one of the paperwork wasn't properly filled out. So because of that, she was able to keep her license instead of get it revoked for a year, like us regular tax-paying citizens who pay her salary. Just ridiculous. Anyways, we're going to continue on to the next one, though, right? This one is a sheriff's deputy that she gets caught bad. Okay, so sorry, y'all. We got a commercial going, and I'm going to use that time to
2022, a Pinellas County Sheriff's Deputy.
So again, this looks like 2022. And so make sure we got everything properly muted, unmuted. I'm going to start it over just so we can get the full picture. And we're going to move on. This lady, she was caught slipping bad. Release says death needs to be disbarred. Probably the same judge trying to make example of some people and throw the book at them for minor crimes. You know what? You might be right. I definitely think at the very least they should investigate some things, because if some people on the one hand are getting let off for what are public safety risks, and other people are getting literally the letter, they're receiving full punishment of the law because of a technicality, that would be just ridiculous. So let me play the video and we will watch this one. It's only 10 minutes.
On May 17th, 2022, a Pinellas County Sheriff's deputy, Shelby Elise Canaglio, was fired after she was arrested on a drunk driving charge past midnight. The incident occurred late at night at about 1 a.m. when Canaglio was pulled over by police at the intersection of 108th Avenue North and 4th Street North in St. Petersburg. When the officer approached her, Canaglio attempted to use her status as a
Pinellas County deputy
to talk her way out of the situation.
I'm a Pinellas County deputy.
Okay. Do you have your license registration? No? You don't? Do you have your ID on you? Do you have any weapons on you?
No.
As Canaglio looked around for something to identify herself with, the officer explained to her why she got pulled over.
I live right there.
I get that, but I pulled you over because you were flying past everybody and you were cut.
No, I was just driving.
Okay, when I was pulling behind you, at this point you were going like 56 and a 40. You were flying.
No, I was not flying. I was just.
Do you have your registration with your name on it or anything?
Well, this car is not mine, so.
Okay.
After looking around for a while, Canaglio finally found a driver's license and handed it over to the officer. The officer went back to her patrol vehicle to run it through the system. More police officers showed up at the scene, waiting for the first officer's direction on how to move forward with this traffic stop. A few minutes later, the officer returned from her vehicle and asked Canaglio to step out to the side of the road so she could conduct some standard field sobriety tests. Canaglio was extremely reluctant to perform the tests and tried to talk her way out of the situation, but it didn't work. The officer began listing off all the reasons why she believed that Canaglio was impaired and said that she wasn't going to let her off without finishing the investigation.
Are you overwhelmed by your payday loan debt?
Oh boy. Terrible, terrible. All right, let's continue.
To go over it again. I am showing what exactly?
You have bloodshot, watery eyes. You have slurred speech. You have a
but I'm wearing contact lenses.
Okay. You have a strong odor of alcohol coming from your breath.
But I have.
Okay. All right. As I said, I'm just conducting an investigation at this point. I want to give you every opportunity.
If you just pop the gum in your mouth, honey, you're still going to smell alcohol in your breath. Gum is not a fix-all for covering up alcohol addiction. Because she keeps trying to reference that she's a deputy or whatever, or sheriff, whatever she just said. But, honey, it doesn't mean they can't smell the alcohol in your breath.
You're saying that you're fine. I want to give you every opportunity to show me that.
There's no way in hell.
Seeing that the officer was not backing off, Canaglio finally gave in and agreed to the sobriety test, but the results were not convincing.
All I have you do is stand with your feet together and arms down at your sides. So what I'm going to do is follow this red light with your eyes. Oh, careful.
That is.
Light with your eyes. Oh, careful.
That is.
Okay. What I'm going to have you do is follow it with your eyes and your eyes only. I don't want you to move your head at all, okay?
If your shoes are bothering you, you can take them off.
That's too fast.
Careful. Alright. Sammy, you come up, step up to this line. You ready?
Canaglio was eventually requested to undergo a breathalyzer test. The findings validated the officer's initial concerns. Her blood alcohol level was notably higher than the legal threshold of 0.08, clocking in at 0.15 or even more. This led to Canaglio's arrest on charges of driving under the influence. In Florida, it's a given that if your BAC is 0.08 or above, you're considered unfit to be behind the wheel. With Canaglio's BAC nearly doubling that, it underscored the gravity of her decision to drive. After her arrest, her association with the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office promptly ended, in line with the department's standard procedure. However, her transfer to the Pinellas County Jail went without any problems, and she was let go on her own recognizance by the next Tuesday. On July 26, 2017, a 43-year-old man named William Gray, rendered unconscious from a severe car accident in Cache County, was admitted to Salt Lake City University Hospital in Utah. At the time, Alex Wubbles, a dedicated nurse since 2009, was attending to patients in the burn unit and was present when Mr. Gray was brought in. However, the situation took a distressing turn when the police entered the picture. Detective Jeff Payne, keen to test the patient's blood for any illicit substances, approached Nurse Wubbles with his request, but she declined, emphasizing that the hospital...
Oh, sorry, y'all. For some reason, I thought that was going to be related to the one that we just watched, and it was not. All right, so let me end there on that video. But yeah, just ridiculous, you know, and she looked so drunk. You could see her getting ready to lean over. She was like, ugh. And it's like, how could she be comfortable as a deputy or whatever she identified herself right away? How could she be comfortable driving like that? You know, it's obvious it's something she probably regularly does. She thought she can get away with it because she's an officer, which is just ridiculous. So the next one we're going to watch, some of you guys are probably really going to like this one. This is a New Jersey councilman who apparently ran a stop sign and accused the officers of, you know, not knowing who he was and playing in his face. All right, so let me play the... Oh, she obviously got arrested. Now, whether she got fired or not, I don't think it's specified. So I'll have to look into that one a little bit more. But this one is about a New Jersey councilman. His name is Theodore Holloway. And, you know, he got kind of upset when he got pulled over for running a stop sign. You know, he was acting a little bit like a Karen. So let's get into this one here. And make sure you guys are letting me know your thoughts in the chat, hitting the like button. All of that would be appreciated, okay? All right, let's continue.
Gotcha. Yeah, like I'm running around here gun toting, weed smoking. Son, I'm the one that hired you. I'm bringing you on. Are you crazy? Yes, absolutely. On your camera, I put you on.
Yep, that's Paulsboro, New Jersey Councilman Theodore Holloway, who wasn't the happiest about being pulled over.
You got the location insurance on you, man? Jesus. Oh, my whole why you acting like this, man? I'm trying to go home, bro. I got you.
So this meltdown was all over a traffic stop from January 4th. The officer spotted the councilman allegedly running a stop sign through a neighborhood. So he pulled him over.
You can't be serious. Oh, man, what's going on? Why you acting this way? You can't be serious, and what did you pull me for? Why you acting that? I want to know, what exactly are you getting behind me for? Stop sign.
Seems pretty innocent at the beginning. The councilman and the officer appeared to know one another, but then the stop took a turn.
I did stop, as much as I can stop. You didn't stop at all. You rolled through that joint. Are you serious, cuz? I am serious. Do whatever you gotta do. What do you need? I got you. Just let me see your license, man. God, Jesus Christ. What do you... What's that got to do with anything? It's got a lot to do with it. I'm going home, you know me. I got you. Yeah, like I'm running around here gun toting, weed smoking. Son, I'm the one that hired you. I'm bringing you on. Are you crazy? Yes, absolutely. On your camera, I put you on. Come on, man. You got the registration insurance on you, man? Jesus Christ. Why you acting like this, man? I'm trying to go home, bro. I got you. I live right there, bro. Like you actually pulling over an elected official. Bro, you're not pulling over a random. You're pulling over your boss. I am literally your boss. Like, this is crazy. Crazy, cuz. I can't believe.
Why is it that when bandits get a little bit of power, they become so entitled? Sir, if you blew through a stop sign, you blew through a stop sign. You wouldn't be the first or the last elected official that we have on camera. Now, this is a bad one to show after the lady just got off for actually drinking and driving. You know, she had a half-empty bottle of wine in her vehicle and she refused a field sobriety test. So, anyways, let's continue.
One thing we should do for certain, don't put in for no what's the name? Where's my ass, man? Oh my God. Right, let me look all this shit, bro. Oh my like. Come on, man. Just cut that out. Like, we got out here doing all kinds of
You're right.
And you pulled me over for an alleged not stopping at a stop sign. For an alleged.
I'm sitting right up. I'm sitting at the stop sign.
For an alleged, Marquise. It's an alleged, bro. It's an alleged.
How's it alleged?
Because I stopped. You see my tail lights?
You didn't stop.
Not Marquise pulling him over. Marquise, you are so petty. He hired you. He's your boss. How dare you? He ain't a random. What's wrong with you, Marquise? He thought he was going to get off just because he knew Marquise. No, Marquise saw you not, properly taking a stop sign. So you're going to get this ticket. It's probably going to be what, $60, $90? Relax. He acts like he doesn't have $90 to spare. Right? This is how us regular folks feel when we get pulled over for no dang reason. All right, get over it, sir. QB Princess, blacks never comply. That's interesting, sir. What are you, QB? I don't know what you are, because you're talking about blacks, so you got to be something else. Dang, he called homie by his first name, and his first name was Marquise. Isn't that wild? Imagine Marquise being the police officer who is, going to gun you down or something like that. Anyways, let's continue on to the next video.
You gotta go to
next part of the video.
Look, a police officer, you rolled through it. You didn't stop.
Where's my I got 150 pieces of paperwork. Oh, man.
You good. Sit tight for me.
While the councilman continues scrummaging through the papers in his car, the officer who pulled him over heads back to his car to run his plates. But given Theodore's antics when he was stopped, the officer dialed that in too.
Yeah, the councilman's tantrum that day was something, but I want to give a huge thanks to our sponsors like Upside. Upside is a free app that gets you cash, plus you're buying on subscription to down.
Why is everyone spiraling over YouTube banning ad blocker?
I don't know. I guess the officer is calling it in. Maybe he's texting somebody. I don't like how quiet it is. I think he's texting somebody like, yo, I just pulled over type now. That was a bad
Yo,
yes.
Hey, I got Holloway. Roll right through the stop sign. Is that you coming up? Yeah, he's freaking out. I don't know what's going on with him. Funny, literally, he rolls through it. I turn my lights on right here. He's freaking out. Why are you pulling me over? He starts yelling out the window. Pull over right here. I said, don't pull over. He gets out. Obviously, he's not happy. He's upset. I'm an elected official. I hired you. Keely's gonna hear about this. This is a alleged offense. I didn't roll. Stuff like that. His registration is expired for July of last year. July.
Wow. An elected official with a suspended registration. Sorry, y'all, that's my chair. I need to get some WD-40. But yeah, elected official with an expired registration. How embarrassing. How embarrassing. Doing all that bragging just for your papers to be dirty in the first place.
Okay. So I was gonna release issue for that and come up right on the stop sign. But you can see how he's upset. Yeah.
So the other officer tries to speak with him. But it seems like the elected official still pulled rank on the officers by calling their boss directly.
How you doing, sir?
what's going on with you, man? I'm talking to the chief right now. This guy is crazy.
What's going on?
You know who I am, right?
What's up?
You do not know who I am either?
I know you are, sir.
Oh, all right. Exactly. Anyway, Chief, please talk with them. Tell them that when you get behind elected officials, oh, my bad. Hey, you should stop at the stop sign. See you go about your business. Not here, I need your license registration insurance. What? You treat me like I'm some mother. I'm not. Yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, how I see it. Come on, man.
Sorry for a stop sign.
Now you come to these stops. I did one of these. I'm like, bro, my house right there, bro. Like, I'm not going down. Like, if I was like this on the cell phone, smoking weed out the car, absolutely pull me over. Absolutely pull me over, take me out the car, and get me. But bruh, stop. If anything, you say, Councilman Holloway, just stop at the stop signs. See ya. Go about your business. Now you're wasting your time. You're wasting the taxpaying money that I pay you guys to do. For what? What you get? Nothing.
And in the end, he still got off easy.
All right, listen, man. You received just one citation, all right? I cut you a break on a stop sign where your registration's expired since July of last year, all right? There's nothing I can do with that, all right? So it's just one citation. It's not court mandatory. But if you'd like to show up for court, if you're not guilty, I circled the court number on top right for you.
Wow. You know what's crazy is he got some little bit of privilege here, huh? He said, I'm not some random. And they came and they gave him a citation when other people, their car would have got towed. $400 to get it out of the tow yard. Another something $100 to get your thing renewed. Wow. He gets to drive this unregistered vehicle to wherever the hell he's going because he's an elected official. And called their boss on the spot, too. How corrupt. Someone said he should get his soccer dad van towed. He should. Right? Because y'all know how much them tow yards be costing. $400 or $500. So we have to pay $400 or $500 when we pay you as an elected official, or maybe not, right? But you can get off because you're an elected official. That doesn't seem fair.
Information, they'll give you a court date to show in court. Otherwise, drive safe.
While Councilman Holloway hasn't publicly responded to the incident, the mayor did, saying the council member's words weren't accurate or professional. He said, quote, "We don't get special treatment. We are not individual bosses for departments, and we don't get special treatment." The mayor also praised the officer who handled the stop by saying he had the utmost professionalism. So much going on in this body cam. Let's bring on retired NYPD detective and co-host, of the Gold Shield show. That's Tom Smith. Tom, always great to see you. What are your thoughts on Councilman Theodore Holloway being pulled over, but more importantly, his reaction?
3 reasons Faye makes working with a nutritionist easy and affordable. Number 1, Faye.
Elizabeth, this is why for years I advocated and was a proponent of body cams on cops. And this is a perfect reason why. Because it takes away the he said thing, and it's all there. You know, stories get distorted when they're not on video. No, I didn't do that. I didn't say that. Where now it's all out there. And, you know, cops have a job to do, whether it's stopping someone at a stop sign or speeding or a crime in progress. They have a job to do. And the attitude of the councilman degrading what he was doing, you know, was the first thing that jumped out of, well, why are you just doing that? There's people, you know, committing crimes and all that. That's not the point. The point is he's doing his job. And, you know, you want respect, you have to give respect. That would have been a 5-second car stop if he just showed the respect that's needed and necessary towards a police officer the same way he wants respect.
Yeah, and it was interesting too because it seemed like, at first when I was watching it, I was like, oh, they're friendly, they know each other, they seem cool. And then it kind of took a little bit of a turn. And then, the curse words went flying, phone calls were made, and it just kind of, the reports were saying that, they're alleging that, the councilman was a little entitled in his response and all of that stuff. My question to you is, what is it like for officers to pull over elected officials or even people that they just know, on a day-to-day basis?
Well, on car stops, like in the NYPD, you always had your discretion of, issuing a summons or a warn and admonish or whatever the term might be for that particular department. So you always have that discretion. But when it kicks off in a disrespectful way, like I said, if it was, hey, officer, I'm sorry, what did I do? Hey, you kind of rolled through the sign, councilman, blah, that would have taken probably 5 seconds. And you would have told them to have a great day, take care, be safe, and I'll see you soon.
Yeah, and I think he's right here. Like, all he had to do was be respectful. Like, I don't think he needed to do all of that pulling rank. He could have just been like, yeah, I rolled through it, I'm sorry, or I didn't tell, yada, yada. Like, I just think it's the fact that he just straight up pulled rank and was yelling, you know who I am, you guys just pull me over. Being a complete Karen, it's indicative of the lack of respect he has for the role. All right, so I'm going to finish with that one because at the end of the day, the rest of that is just commentary. And I got 2 more I want to play. So let me just go ahead and share my screen with you guys. This one isn't necessarily an actual person, it's his son. And I think this is a big part of the issue sometimes too, is the nepotism and how like family can get away with things like this, that this would be like a career ender for somebody else. But because they are, their family is somebody of power, they're able to get away with it. So let me play this. This is actually straight from Utah, okay? The councilman or the official says, cut him loose. And he's talking about his son who was arrested for an outstanding warrant. All right, let me play the video. And make sure you guys do me a favor and hit the like button. This will be the last one. Then I do got to get out of here, guys. Tomorrow is a long, busy day. And so I just wanted to come in and do one for you guys because it's been a long time. And I'm going to skate out of here, all right? So hit the like button for me, share, subscribe, all that. I would genuinely appreciate it, all right?
You want me to sue the son of a county sheriff because he arrested my kid on a false warrant?
A Utah County Commissioner is accused of using his authority to intimidate law enforcement when his son is arrested for an outstanding warrant.
What do you want me to do?
I want you to turn him loose.
I can't turn him loose, Bruce.
Who can?
Nobody can. He's been arrested for a warrant. The courts can.
And the warrant's false.
Huh? The warrant's not false.
The incident stems from a November 25th traffic stop when Kenneth Adams was pulled over for failure to signal and stop fully at a stop sign.
How's it going?
Good. What did I do wrong?
Good. So the reason I stopped you is you didn't come to completely stop the stop sign?
I did.
And then you didn't have your turn signal on.
I sure did.
Body camera video shows San Juan County Sheriff's deputies speaking with Adams, who maintains he did not violate any rules.
Okay.
I know for a fact I have my turn signal on.
Okay.
That's why I was surprised you were pulling over, but whatever.
When officials run Adams's ID, they find a warrant out for his arrest.
Walk back up there. I'm gonna step out. Well, no, he's an arrest for a warrant. He has an active warrant.
As officials reapproach the vehicle, Adams becomes argumentative.
All right, can I get you to step out of the vehicle with me?
What are you doing? No, what's going on? Seriously, what's going on?
You have a warrant for your arrest.
Do I have a warrant?
Adams tells officers the warrant is a mistake, saying he already appeared in court.
I don't know how you have a warrant, but it's on our system right now. You have an active warrant out of 7th District Court here in San Juan.
No, that's incorrect.
Okay. What's on our system right now?
Well,
I'm not going to argue with you about it. You're going to go to jail tonight on that warrant, okay?
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
I don't. Excuse me, no.
Okay.
This is, dude. This is
Mr.
absurd.
Adams, you do have an active warrant for your arrest.
And who issued the warrant though?
The courts have it issued.
For what though? Because I've gone to court for everything. There should not be an active warrant for me anywhere, dude.
Eventually, Adams agrees to get out of the vehicle. After that, he calls his mom.
What's that? I'm calling.
You know, when I saw son of an official council, I thought it was going to be some young dude. I mean, that dude's almost 40 and his dad is probably like 89. Like, to be calling your mom and dad when you do some dumb stuff like this is ridiculous. Now, this might be true, but at the end of the day, if the court doesn't clear the said false warrant, then there's nothing these officers can do. You can be mad at them however you want to. At the end of the day, it is their right to enforce, any warrants or any things that they have against you. So if there's a warrant that's active, then they have to arrest you. So him calling mommy and daddy for this is just really dumb. And he's a little old. Like, he looks like he's almost 40. The fact that the first person he called is his mom is just pretty pathetic. So anyways, let's continue.
My parents. Okay, you can call him. I'm going to put you in touch real quick.
I'm getting arrested. Apparently they think there's a warrant out for my arrest time, and there's not. But I'm out by Eastland. I'm getting arrested right now. Eastland. And they're arresting me right now. The cops are, Mom. Who else would arrest me?
Adams repeatedly tells his mom the call is not a joke.
I'm going to jail. Mom, they are handcuffing me right now. I've asked them for the warrant. They don't tell me anything about a search warrant. So. Nothing, not using anything, Mom. They're arresting me because they said there was a warrant for me.
Okay, I'm hanging the phone up.
No, I'm not kidding, Mom.
Did Mom ask him if he was using coke? I think Mom just asked if he's using coke. So we know what this is.
Sheriff's deputies escort Adams to the back of a squad car where he continues to ask about the warrant.
Well, then my question is who... This is a joke. This is seriously the biggest joke I've ever heard of. When you turned on your lights, I knew there was something going on.
It was issued October 13th.
For what?
This year. This when the warrant was issued.
For what?
It has some felony charges, burglary charges.
Dude, I've been to court for that. No, I've been to court for that.
All right, listen to this officer.
Look that way real quick so I can go. Well, if I've been in court, then why am I getting arrested?
I don't know. I don't know what all the court's purposes are for filing the warrant. All I know is there is a warrant, okay? So that's going to be up to you and the courts to be able to figure that out, all right?
Officials eventually read off the list of charges against him.
You want to know the charges?
Yeah, I do.
So it has 2 burglary charges listed, a theft charge, mischief.
That's all my old case.
3 charges of burglary of a vehicle and criminal trespass.
Yeah, why is that floating up now?
Adams then asks whether someone can pick up the vehicle for him.
Is this your vehicle?
It's my rental, yeah.
Your rental? Okay.
So can my parents at least come and get it?
Sheriff's deputies then call Adams' mom about the vehicle.
Hey, this is Deputy Giddings. How you doing? Good. Well, I know. I'm sorry. We were just calling to let you know that the car that Kenneth has, if you guys are willing to come pick it up, it's over here about milepost 6 on 491.
After Adams is taken to the county jail, his father, San Juan County Commissioner Bruce Adams, arrives on the scene.
What do you want me to do?
Well, we're letting you take the car. You don't have to impound it.
I don't want it impounded.
I know. That's why we're letting you take it.
Deputy Wyatt Holyoke wrote in his report that Bruce Adams was, quote, trying to use his influence as a county commissioner to intimidate him. He also stated that Bruce Adams swore at him multiple times, demanding to see his son's warrant.
Okay. Where's Kenneth?
He's in jail. They took him.
You already took him to jail?
They took him to jail, and I stayed here with the car.
Why?
For a warrant.
Who do I call to find out?
To find out the warrant?
You're a police officer. Tell me who I call to find out why he's in jail.
Deputy Holyoke then calls his boss, asking whether he's allowed to show Adams his son's warrant.
Hey, boss. Hey, so I got Bruce Adams here. Braden took Kenneth to jail on a warrant. Can I show Bruce the warrant? What's the protocol there? Yeah, he's pretty mad.
Eventually, the deputy is given the okay to show Adams the warrant.
I gotta be careful with this stuff, Bruce. You understand that? Okay. That's the warrant. Okay, so it says warrant status active, offense burglary, burglary, theft, criminal mischief, burglary of a vehicle, burglary of a vehicle, burglary of a vehicle.
He's already been to court over that.
Criminal trespass, normal, 7th District Court, Monticello. Bruce, we don't have anything to do with that. All we know is that the warrant issues a current. That the court issues a warrant. That's all we know.
Adams pushes back, saying his son has already been to court and accepted a plea of abeyance.
Hell, he's been to court and been charged. He has a plea in abeyance on him.
Well, that's not the officer's job to speculate. If there's an active warrant, they're gonna arrest you behind. Okay, so if he is unfairly treated, he can seek justice in many ways, like they ask us to do, file lawsuits and etc. So, anyways, hey, Fame to Heights. Too bad I'm going. About to be ending the show. So thank you guys all for watching today. Nothing too extreme. You know, I'm still, body cam for me is getting rough because nowadays, like I was mentioning earlier in the video, certain things that I could play before are just, they're getting demonetized for no reason. And it's like, how am I going to do a video if I can't, like, literally it's nothing. I would be uploading it for nothing. You know, and it's spending all this time here just for them to snatch it, you know, and not let it be played or not monetize it. It's just ridiculous. So that being said, I am going to be coming with some interrogation as well. We're gonna watch some good ones. I'm really digging through some good ones. I don't want you guys just watching regular old people saying, yeah, I stole a lawnmower, right? I want you guys to see you know, some wild cases that we have out here, and just sort of start to understand the process a little bit more too, because interrogations is a whole beast, right? Criminal experts and things like that used to be the ones who mainly dealt with that. But, you know, nowadays in the last decade or two, it's been detectives. Detectives are the ones with the techniques and the strategy on how to interrogate people. So anyways, I am going to see you guys, and I meant criminal profilers, sorry. But anyways, I'm going to see you guys on the next one. Do me a favor on your way out. If you have not already, hit the like button for me, share, subscribe, all of that. I'll appreciate it. And I will see you guys on the next one. All right, let me send you guys off with a song for those of you who are just popping in. And I'll see you all tomorrow for sure. It'll definitely be in the evening probably though. So if you guys would like to watch me, make sure you set your notification bells as well. And yeah. Bye, guys.
Florabella on my screen. Her smile, it shines so bright. She's a queen with every scene. In the morning or the night. Recipes and good vibes flow. Every video a gem. Her confidence, it grows and grows. We're inspired like her friends. Unstoppable Flora. She's got that power. Spreading her aura. Blossoming like a flower. Through the highs and all the lows, she remains so strong. Her spirit always glows. She's where we all belong. With every like and every share, we feel her energy. No storm too strong, she can't bear. She's setting us all free. Unstoppable Flora. She's got that power. Spreading her aura. Blossoming like a flower. Recipes and good vibes flow. Every video a gem. Her confidence, it grows and grows. We're inspired like her friends. Unstoppable Flora. She's got that power. Spreading her aura. Blossoming like a flower. Through the highs and all the lows, she remains so strong. Her spirit always glows. She's where we all belong. setting us all free. Unstoppable flora, she's got that power, spreading her aura, blossoming like a flower. Through the highs and all the lows, she